The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are for informational and entertainment purposes only and do not constitute professional advice. Listener discretion is advised, and we encourage you to seek appropriate guidance for your individual circumstances. The hosts and guests are sharing personal experiences and perspectives which may not reflect those of all listeners. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Welcome, Kindred Spirits, to another episode of Healing a Kindred Spirits. I am Donna Gaudette, and I'm so grateful you're here with me today. And it's beneath the glow of the full strawberry moon, a moon of sweetness, ripening, and sacred release. Tonight's episode is a little different. It is a love letter to the moon, and I don't know about you, but I just love the moon. And I believe someone who loves the moon is called a selenophile. So yes, I do love the moon. And again, like I said, it's a love letter to the moon, to her cycles, her quiet wisdom, and the gentle yet powerful way she reminds us to pause, reflect, and realign. There is a unique component to tonight's episode, and I'm so excited. I really can't contain it. I purposely am releasing it later in the day, and the reason why is because I feel so blessed and grateful to be witnessing the full strawberry moon of June 11th, 2025. At a place that is so sacred to me. And for many years since I was a child, Cape Cod, or as we call the Cape, has held a special place in my heart. And I am fortunate to be able to be on my favorite beach on the Cape with people that I care about and love. And it's a place that has held so many memories for the last 30 years for my husband and I. And it's even more special right now because it has been several years since we have been able to make it here. And even though we only live an hour away, because of our health challenges and mobility issues, my husband can no longer drive more than 20 minutes at a time, and I really don't drive longer distances any longer. And so even though we're only an hour away from our private special place, we can no longer drive. May as well just be the moon. And like I said, it's been several years since we have been here, and we used to come a couple of times a year, and you never think that you're not going to be able to do something that's just so simple. And yet here we are. And we are lucky because the stars aligned for us to be able to come here overnight and stay right here on the ocean in a beautiful room, right on the ocean, right outside our door. And the perk is that it is a full strawberry moon. I did not want to waste the opportunity to create this episode while feeling the beautiful energy, so I decided to record this and release it during the full moon. And as a companion, I have created a separate original guided meditation that you can find where you found this podcast. And the beautiful guided meditation will take you through releasing and creating affirmations on a beautiful serene beach during the full strawberry moon. And I do hope you'll have a chance to listen to it. And again, it's where you found this podcast, and it can also be found on our podcast page, Hailing Our Kindred Spirits. So, what is the connection to the moon? Why do people feel so connected to the moon? For centuries, humans have looked to the moon as a guide, a timekeeper, a mirror. She reflects not only the light of the sun, but the light within us, even when we forget that it's there. And I'm guilty of that the last several years. Sometimes I feel like my light isn't as bright as I want it to be. And the moon also fixes the tides, the rhythms of nature, and the cycles of our own bodies. And whether we notice it or not, we are constantly in relationship with her energy. So tonight, June 11th, we meet the full strawberry moon. It's named not just for the fruit that ripens during this time in many parts of the Northern Hemisphere, but also for the sweetness that arises when we've tended to what matters and now prepare to harvest its truth. And whether you're listening to this on June 11th, 2025, or afterwards, the energy that's being set forth with the intention of this episode, you'll still feel it. It's still going to happen no matter what. And a full moon marks a culmination. It illuminates what's been building beneath the surface. It's not just beautiful, it's meaningful, it's energetic. It's the perfect time to release what no longer serves us. And spiritually, a full moon, think of it as a spotlight. It shines light on the parts of ourselves we've tucked away, old fears, unspoken grief, hidden potential. The moon does not judge, she just reveals. She invites us to say, "Yes, I see this now." And then, if we're ready, she says, "Let's release it together." This isn't just poetic, it's practical. So, under a full moon, our intuition is heightened, our emotions tend to rise, and our inner clarity often arrives in waves. That's why many spiritual and metaphysical traditions consider full moons a potent time for one, letting go of emotional baggage, two, cleansing our energetic space, three, ending unhealthy patterns, four, cutting cords to past versions of ourselves, five, making peace with the shadow, and number six, expressing gratitude for what we've outgrown. And all of this creates the space we need to invite in new possibilities, the kind that we can align with of who we're becoming. So, the spiritual meaning of a full strawberry moon or the June full moon is often associated with themes of ripening, growth, celebration, and even abundance. It is named after the time of year when strawberries are in season, symbolizing the fruit of one's labor finally coming to fruition. Spiritually, it's a time to appreciate the results of your efforts to manifest love, passion, creativity, and potentially make significant changes. So a little bit more detail when we talk about manifesting. The strawberry moon is considered a powerful time to manifest desires, particularly in areas of love, passion, and creativity. And we celebrate growth, where it's a time to celebrate the culmination of personal projects, ideas, and even some dreams. And think about taking back control of what you maybe thought you lost control in your life. The full moon in Sagittarius, which the strawberry moon is in right now, can encourage you to take control of your evolution and reflect on how you express yourself. Is there room for improvement? And then we think about open communication. The energy of the full moon can inspire you to be more open and communicative, especially in areas where you've been holding back. When we think about rest and reflection, it's also a good time to rest, recharge, and reflect on your past experiences. And when we think of financial opportunities, the full moon in Sagittarius could also bring financial opportunities or change, especially if you've been feeling stuck in that same rut for so long. So, if you've been called to honor this full strawberry moon in a sacred way, here are some few gentle practices to support your spirit. And these are things that I do, either all of them or one of them. You can pick and choose. You can do none of them. You can do all of them. Well, the first one is to write and release. Grab your journal and ask yourself, what am I ready to release? And really think about it or don't think about it. Just close your eyes and what is it that you feel ready to let go of? Write it down, all of it. Maybe it may not make sense to you as you're writing it, but the universe will understand. And then, if it feels right, read it out loud under the moonlight if you want to. Or you can burn the page safely in a fire safe bowl or tear it into pieces and bury it in the earth. Symbolically let it go. And as an FYI, the ritual that I'm going to do tonight is to write it out, say it out loud, and then I'm going to bury it in the sand on the beach. And I'll add a few crystals and repeat my affirmations as I do this. To me, that is so powerful because what I'm releasing physically, emotionally, I'm putting out into the universe, and I'm taking that. I'm not holding onto it. I'm going to recycle it back into the earth. And my way of doing that is to bury it in the sand. Bury it in the sand and send love to it. Number two, we have moon bathing. Spend time outside. Let the moonlight touch your skin. Breathe deeply. Feel your heart beat slow. Whisper your intentions. This is energetic nourishment. It's a kind of lunar Reiki for your soul. Just be out there, be one with it. Whether you're on a beach, you're in a city, you're out in the country, you're in a desert, it doesn't matter where you are. The moon will touch us no matter where we go. The third one is make moon water. You can fill a glass jar with water, put a cover on it if you're worried about anything getting into it, and leave it out overnight under the moon. And then the next day you can infuse it with your affirmations or your intention. And then if you want to, you can sip it mindfully, add it to a bath, sprinkle it in your space as a blessing. It can be very powerful. I make sun tea and I make moon tea. It is basically taking a glass jar with a cover, putting in a couple of cold brew tea bags, some water, and putting it on the windowsill in my kitchen where it gets the sunlight directly. And I let the moon energize the tea as well as the sun. And I either make moon tea or sun tea. And number 4, crystal cleansing and charging. This is so important. If you are a crystal collector or a crystal lover like I am, one of the best ways to clean, cleanse, charge your crystals is under the moonlight. So lay out your crystals or your spiritual tools under the moonlight to cleanse and charge them. You don't have to bring them outside. You can put them on your windowsill. This moon is a powerful ally for stones like moonstone, rose quartz, clear quartz, and selenite. And I'm bringing some of my crystals with me. When I go somewhere, the crystals are always with me. I have them in my nightstand. I sleep with a crystal heart, rose quartz heart every night. So yes, crystals are a part of my life. I make no apologies for that. I feel peaceful and I feel contemplative when I have my crystals with me, as much as I do when I have my rosary with me. It is whatever you feel guided to do. But charging them under the moonlight will help cleanse and recharge them. Number 5, find a symbolic way to release collectively. I'll explain that one. Several years ago, when I was looking to become part of a group that had the same interests that I had, where our spiritual growth and interests aligned, it was very difficult to find such a group. I didn't even know if it existed. And I could not find one in my community. And so I created one. Our group was called Empowering Women of Wisdom, and it's not that we excluded anyone. Everyone was invited. It just so happened that it was just mostly made up of women. We did have a couple of men a couple of times, but mostly it was women. So we got together every month, but every few months on a full moon, we would get together to do what we called a full moon fire gathering. We would invite those attending to bring something that they would like to release that night during the full moon. It could be something they wrote down. It could be an article of clothing. It could be a memento. It could be anything that they wanted to release either spiritually, physically, emotionally, or mentally. We would have a campfire at the edge of the woods. I lived out in the country. And we would just affirm our beliefs and positivity and say affirmations when we would repeat them together. And they were always positive. They were always uplifting. They were always encouraging, and they were always healing. And each person had an opportunity to share and also an opportunity to toss into the fire, if they so choose, something that they wanted to release that they no longer held on to in their life. And again, this could be something as simple as an affirmation or a prayer written out on a piece of paper or even an article of clothing, whatever they felt guided to bring. And I am a pretty articulate person, and I am struggling right now to find the right words to convey how empowering this practice was to many of us, myself included. It was so healing and so cleansing and enlightening that it only proved to bring us closer together as kindred spirits. And that is my first experience of understanding what a kindred spirit was. And that stayed with me for a very long time, hence the name Healing Our Kindred Spirits. And we did this for a few years, and to this day, I'm still friends with many of the women in that group. And over time, people got busy and we disbanded, but we still connect socially online and we still support each other in whichever way we can, no matter what we're going through in life. So I encourage you that if you cannot find a group or a class or something that you can feel connected to in your community, go out and create it. It's simple, it's empowering. It's authentic and it will feed your soul by the connections that you make. So, of course, every time we have a full moon and I have the opportunity to do something with it or in conjunction with it, it reminds me of those gatherings we used to have and all those people who still hold a special place in my heart because we created something special. And again, we will always be kindred spirits. So, we talked a little bit about affirmations. So, what are affirmations? Affirmations are short positive statements that you repeat to yourself to help shift your mindset, to reinforce self belief, and focus your thoughts on what you want to create or feel. They're often used to support your emotional healing. They can build confidence. They can reduce stress or help you stay grounded in a particular intention, like self compassion, resilience, gratitude. So when you practice it regularly, affirmations can gently rewire thought patterns and encourage a more supportive inner dialogue. I cannot tell you how empowering and helpful this has been throughout my spiritual journey. It is something that I go to all the time. And it can be the same affirmation. You can change it. You can adapt it. There's no rules. The affirmation police is not going to knock at your door. It is what feels right to you and it's personal to you. So, with number 5, you want to speak an affirmation ritual. Affirmations spoken under a full moon carry deep, energetic weight. So, try writing your own or borrow some of the ones I'll share with you shortly. So, let's take a breath together. It's a lot of information I gave. And I know I'm excited about it. I don't know if you can tell that by my voice, but I am excited. The energy of this full moon is just so encompassing. And so now, if you're able to place one hand over your heart safely, not doing it while you're driving, repeat after me or simply let the words wash over you like moonlight. I release what no longer nourishes me. I release what no longer nourishes me. I honor how far I've come and trust what's unfolding. I honor how far I've come and trust what's unfolding. I am safe to let go. I am safe to receive. I am safe to let go. I am safe to receive. I allow sweetness to return to my life. I allow sweetness to return to my life. I bloom in my own time with grace and courage. I bloom in my own time with grace and courage. I am in rhythm with the moon, the earth, and my own becoming. I am in rhythm with the moon, the earth, and my own becoming. So let these affirmations be gentle seeds. You don't need to force them to grow. Just trust that your soul knows what to do. So tonight, dear ones, my kindred spirits, under the warm embrace of the strawberry moon, I invite you to give yourself the gift of stillness. You don't have to fix anything. You don't have to earn your worth. Just be open, be tender, be willing to release what's been weighing you down. This is a season of softness, of sweetness, of spiritual ripening. And let's honor it. Let's honor you. And if tonight brings tears or tingles, dreams or clarity, know that you're not alone. We're all looking up at the same moon and we are all walking each other home. And remember, I have recorded an original guided meditation and visualization for the full strawberry moon. And if you're so guided, please listen to it. It does go hand in hand with what we've talked about today, and hopefully will help you to release what you no longer need to hold on to and what you want to positively attract into your life for your highest and greatest good. So with that, that meditation can be found where you found this podcast episode, as well as on our own Healing Our Kindred Spirits podcast Facebook page. Thank you for being here with me. Until next time, may your spirit be held, your path be clear, and your heart stay open to healing light. With moon-blessed love, I'm Donna, and this is Healing Our Kindred Spirits. Thank you for joining us.